Dear colleagues and friends, dear family, it is with great emotion that I deliver this address, reflecting the deep bond forged with His Magnificence, the Rector, and his distinguished faculty, who decided to bestow on me the prestigious honorary doctorate of Doctor Medicinae Honoris Causa. I'm fully conscious of the commitment and the esteem that come with an honorary doctorate conferred by one of the oldest and most renowned universities in the world. Many outstanding scientists established the fame of the Jagiellonian University of Krakow. For the medical faculty, and especially endocrine surgery, Johannes von Mikulicz was one of those stars. At the end of the 19th century, in 1886, he pioneered the technique of recurrent laryngeal nerve and parathyroid preserving subtotal thyroidectomy. His innovation overcame several major disadvantages attendant to total thyroidectomy at that time and have been standard of care for multinodular goiter for a long time, nearly 100 years. My personal ties with the famous Jagiellonian University started 17 years ago, back in 1998, when I was invited to give a lecture on surgery of medullary thyroid cancer. When I look back at those 17 years of growing cooperation with the Jagiellonian University, specifically the Department of Surgery, I would like and take the opportunity to gratefully mention the cooperation with two key personalities inspiring and driving this tight cooperation. At first, Professor Marcin Barsinski, who is the heart of our close and still deepening collaboration, owing to his winning personality, formidable academic record, and excellence in the field of endocrine surgery. Professor Barsinski is, so to speak, the beacon of Polish endocrine surgery within the European and the international scientific community. He is a member of the American and International Association of Endocrine Surgeons and one of the leading surgeons in the European Society of Endocrine Surgeons. His clinical and scientific contributions to endocrine surgery rank among the very best, just to mention his prospective randomized surgical trials, which were published in well-esteemed surgical journals. Beside his leadership and achievements, Professor Barsinski has remained an open-minded, modest man, giving a perfect example of the friendly surgeons, the classic attribute to the endocrine surgeon, of course, also to the other surgeons of the abdominal, thoracic, and other tracts. So, in addition to having a talent for organizing meetings and international conferences, he is a brilliant surgeon, as I had the opportunity to see for myself in 2005 during a joint operation on a thyroid cancer patient in his operating theater. The second great personality I would like to have the honor to note is His Magnificence, Professor Novak itself, the rector. In addition to holding presidencies of several international distinguished surgical societies, Professor Novak is an internationally recognized scientist with a track record of academic excellence. As a general surgeon and head of the third chair and Department of General Surgery, he takes a keen interest in transplant, digestive, and endocrine surgery. Our high level of cooperation would have been impossible without his strong leadership and gift for networking across national and international boundaries, and without his talent to initiate and bring cutting-edge academic research to fruition. For my part, I admire his ability of working towards progress in very concrete terms, which perhaps is a surgical trait, and in a visionary way, which is the hallmark of a charismatic scientist and unrivaled university leader. What about my own and my group's initial and further clinical and translational endocrine surgery research? It is not the time for describing the details of my scientific work. However, I would like to mention at least the areas of our scientific interest in endocrine surgery by highlighting the names of those colleagues of my groups in Hanover and Halle who habilitated in endocrine surgery and ultimately became professors of surgery. 8 persons. Andreas Machens habilitated about risk factors for local regional spread of thyroid cancers, namely medullary and papillary thyroid cancer, which ultimately, but not ended there, resulted in the New England Journal of Medicine paper in 2003. Georg Scheumann, Michael Brockhoff, and Kerstin Lawrence habilitated about organ and function preserving surgical techniques in multifocal endocrinopathies, namely adrenal and parathyroid hyperplasia. Kuang Huang Fu and Oliver Gim habilitated about molecular biology of thyroid cancer. Oliver Tomusch and Rick Schneider habilitated about prospective uni- and multicentric evaluation studies in thyroid surgery, namely the value of intraoperative nerve monitoring. So what will the future hold for the already close cooperation with the Jagiellonian University, specifically its Department of Endocrine Surgery? As inter- and multidisciplinary sciences, endocrinology and endocrine surgery represent 2 sides of the same medal, being influenced by and influencing translational research alike. Thyroid disease is a major cost driver at the population level, having a high monetary impact on national healthcare systems. There is a rising tide of thyroid cancer all over the world. Surgery plays an important role in the armamentarium of treatment, not only for benign nodular disease, but also for thyroid cancer. Preservation of the anatomical and functional integrity of the recurrent nerve during neck surgery, facilitated by intraoperative nerve monitoring, will continue to drive our collaborative effort. There is also a dire need to marry endocrine, specifically thyroid surgery, research including translational aspects, with clinical training concepts tailored at young and advanced surgeons on the national and international scale. These issues will need to be factored into our planning schedule. The European Society of Endocrine Surgeons and the International Thyroid Surgery Study Group provide ideal platforms for these endeavors. Krakow, the Jagiellonian University and its Department of Endocrine Surgery, guided by the spirit and inspiring farsightedness of His Magnificence Professor Novak, assume a key role in this vision, for allowing me to be an integral part and element in all of this, and for the honor of being awarded the prestigious honorary doctorate. I am extremely grateful to the Jagiellonian University. The degree of Doctor Medicini Honoris Causa bestowed on me will signify a lasting personal commitment for me. Dziękuję.